Okay. Right. Yeah. No, just to go over everything again, really, just the purpose and everything. So, what this piece of coursework is about really is we've just been allocated groups to find out more about different social enterprises, not just in Glasgow but throughout Scotland. So what we do after the interviews, we'll just put a short case study together, and a short video as well, and it will be put on a website called Aim to Flourish. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They're using that website. So our case study may or may not be published on that, but that's the aim really. With the interview itself, just want to find out what you do, exactly, just from start of the business to what you see the future like for Scotland. That's all really. Les is going to be asking the majority of the questions.
No problem.
Yeah, just whenever you're ready.
Yeah, so as I said, my friends are Doug, Marta, Olga, and me, Les, and I'm the actual person who is going to ask the main questions. However, I'm sure that there will be some questions that actually will come up with during the interview. Okay, Mike, so would you be kind enough to tell us a little more about your business, your innovation, and pretty much when did you start your business?
Right, okay. The company's called Scotland, and we're a social enterprise, and we cover the west of Scotland. We've only actually been in existence since, now I need to think, sorry, June last year. So June 2016 is when we were fully incorporated. Prior to that, we were operating in as I would say, as a virtual basis. You know, we weren't an incorporated company until that bit. We received a grant from First Point, who are the charity responsible for the Scottish Government Social Development Fund, and that gave us the funds to actually register the company. We focus on financial education, skills development and employability. That's the main caveats of our work. It takes us into all different areas, like we've got a link up in Argyll and Bute with Cargom, who provide a project called Community Links that helps people with self-directed support. So they'll link in with us, and we'll talk about budgeting, we'll talk about financial management, obviously because there's a big responsibility on taking on control of that. One of the other projects we work in with is a youth project in Glasgow who deals with at-risk children. So they provide other employability options as well, and these are generally school leavers who have got little or no education, and they'll get them onto like a modern apprenticeship, things like that. They then refer them into us as the next stage to help them. They've got a new job, they've got money in their pockets, how do they manage the money, and how they can plan for the future and that as well. So it takes us in all different areas, shall we say, but the biggest areas is money. And I think that's the biggest. I don't think anyone's got managing their money correctly. You know, there isn't an ideal situation, but it has to be an ideal situation for yourself once you know the rules and responsibilities of what goes along with that as well.
So, is there any specific actually time of your life when you decided that you're going to do a social enterprise?
Yes. Prior to setting up the social enterprise, I actually worked in Eastern Bartonshire, and I worked in the Kirkintilloch area of an area called Hillhead, which falls under Scotland's 3% of most deprived areas. One of the biggest issues I noticed in there was I was doing a money advice project that I set up and ran as to do with a partnership between a couple of housing associations and a local credit union, and it became apparent quite soon that financial education is getting taught in schools now for a reason. It's getting taught in primary schools and secondary schools, and it's a part of the curriculum of excellence for a reason. You know, is to help them future and understand it going on in life. But there is lost generations prior to that do not have these skills, do not understand money. You're dealing with people who have maybe they've been on long-term benefits, say, and the rent gets paid directly to the landlord, the council tax reduction gets paid directly to the council, and they get their money and they live from fortnight to fortnight when they get paid their money. So it's trying to help them, because the government's moving into universal credit, which is moving into 1 monthly payments, and they're going to have the responsibility of their rents, their council tax themselves. So it was trying to help them so that it can secure long-term life for them, because things like if they don't pay the rent, then there's other issues that are associated with that, same with council tax. So that was when I noticed the bigger issue, and how it transcends over generations. As I said, it's only.
Excuse me.
Apologise for that. It transcends over generations. It's only a recent thing that they started teaching this in schools. So they have got people who are 18, 19.
So you believe that actually in our society there's a genuine need for
That's a
this
major
kind
need
of...
for it, yeah. And I think that you've also got a thing now of people who work full time are in work poverty as well. So they are working the maximum they can do, they're trying everything they can, but they just can't move forward on it.
So when you create, actually, you explained to us actually what inspired you to do this business, but were actually other people involved in the new business? And actually currently, are there any other people working in town?
Yes, we don't, nobody is essentially working for the business, shall we say. We are all volunteers, so I have a full-time job over and above this as well. Same with all my volunteering. I've got 5 core volunteers who work it. And we've got one who deals with, as I say, best self-directed support. I've got a volunteer who works in the youth projects. I've got a volunteer who deals with elderly people as their main jobs, and they do this over and above their employment. And we've been very lucky in the aspects that we've also got a gentleman who works in the NHS as well. So we've been very lucky in the calibre of volunteers that have came forward to get involved. And we've also linking in just now with one of the local, it's like a local resource centre, it's like a community centre, as I would say, and in the local area in Yoker, and they've been very good at, they're starting the process of trying to get some volunteers into us as well,
Okay.
so it's quite good.
So in this case, would you be kind enough to actually, in more details, actually
Yes.
explain to us the main aim of the business? Because I have to admit, it's not 100% clear from your website.
No, I know. The biggest thing, the main aim for our company is skills development, learning financial management, learning how to deal with your finances and employability. So it's trying to help. Generally, we focus in areas of deprivation. So it's targeted. I'd love to be able to say that we go into every community and be able to make an impact. That's not possible. It's targeted, so we're focused in areas of severe deprivation. So an area where we set up our office is Yoker, which falls under Scotland's 15% of deprivation areas. We're in areas in Clydebank, Dumbarton and that as well. So we are very targeted, and we're going to the people that kind of need the help the most.
Okay.
That's the kind of thing. But the biggest aim is to help people and empower people, to give them the skills that they can move on in life.
Okay, so in this case, how many actual courses your company do offer, and could you just tell us a little more about it?
Yeah, there's a couple of ways that we do it. We do individual learning and we do group learning. Okay, genuinely the first time we meet is probably in a group learning environment, because we'll go into existing groups, so the youth group is an example of that. They have an established clientele who use them on a daily basis or a weekly basis. We have been invited into them, and we'll give a group presentation, right? Usually a group event, and we'll find, we have a thing, what we do is, I call it, it's the learning tree as we call it, and what it is we get, just draw the board like a tree, and we have the luggage tags, as I would put it, paper luggage tags, and we get people to write on them what they spend their money on. Just simple things like that, and we all pin it up the tree. I do it as well. We all pin it up the tree, and we have a discussion about what we do, what the roles and responsibilities are with money, how we spend our money. Generally, especially with the youth ones, you'll generally get, we're dealing with at-risk children, so you're generally getting things that they'll spend their money on drinking at the weekend, they'll spend their money on cigarettes, things like that. So you're talking about, well, realising how much they actually spend on this. So it's opening it up from them in a kind of controlled and safe environment. Then from there, If the project worker or, and in turn, the learner decides that they want some more one-to-one learning, then we get either referred into us after that point, or 9 times out of 10 they'll approach us after one of the group meetings saying, how can you, I need a wee bit of help, you've identified an issue as they went along, and then from then we can set up a one-to-one plan. Most of our learning is done online, so we've got a very similar system to most of the universities using it, the Moodle system. We use that because it's free and it's open source, and so we give a lot of empowerment to them as well. They have to do the work the same way you would do as a normal student. You have to upload it, things have to be checked, and then we'll feed back. The reason we do it that way as well is you're also developing their digital skills along the way as well. So we're moving into a world of, well, we're actually in a world of hyper-connectivity, and digital skills are essential for further employment, even just engaging with the welfare state now. So a part of that is forcing the issue.
Oh, sorry, so would you say you have most of the people that do attend these groups, do most of them go on and do the online courses as well?
Yes, I would say at the moment it's probably about a 50-50, because with some of the group environment settings, you're not getting everybody. I would love to be able to get every single person to get involved in it, but you're not getting everybody. No. It is still a person, it's the same as being students, it's a personal choice to learn, because if you decide that you want to learn, then you will progress with it. You can't force learning onto people. And
so that actually leads us to another question. Who are your customers?
Basically, everything and anything. We're not limited. We've got some people who are pensioners. We've got some people who are young. It's a wide range of spectrum. We've got families. We've got single parents. We've got disabled people. It is very varied in that aspect. When I first set this up, I didn't want it to just to be specific to one sector of society. I wanted to try and encompass in as many people as possible. And the more open we are, the more engaging people become.
Yeah, but you mentioned like youth and people from disadvantaged backgrounds.
Yes.
Also, you mentioned the pensioners. So that actually leads us to another question.
Okay.
How do you actually reach to those people? How do you attract your customers?
Yes, that's what I was mentioning earlier on. Is we go to already established groups. So the pensioners group, for an example, there's in the local area we have a pensioner respite. No, it's not respite. It's like a day centre. Day centre where they all go in every day. They get their lunch, there's activities, and then they get taken up the road. We've been invited in by them, so we make contact with existing groups, explain the service, what we are, what we provide, and then...
So it's I understand the form of presentation to those people and make awareness of what you do, guys.
Yes.
Okay. So you having that business as a social enterprise.
Yes.
What do you think actually makes your business actually stand out from other social enterprises?
I'd like to think that from us, as I mentioned before, we're not just focusing on one demographic. So we are opening up the learning to anybody who wants to learn, which I think is an important aspect. So it's all about inclusion in that part. But another thing as well is being through learning ourselves, especially in either further or higher education. Yes, it is more relaxed in school, but there is still a formal process. There's still a sense of hierarchy, shall we say, which is, with us, it's very much, we are the same as them. Everybody is treated equally. I give an example. One of the very first questions I'll always ask people is, in a group setting, is what do you want to achieve in life? Which is a very hard thing to think about, because when you talk about families, and you talk about employment, and you talk about, there's a lot of it. So what I turn around and say is, my dream was to own a classic VW camper. That was always my dream, right? One of the hippie vans, as I would put it, right? And how am I going to do that? Because they're very expensive. How would I do that? Because we don't live in a society that you can just go out and buy it at the end of the day. So how do we do it? So you foster discussions on an example that I'm giving that's personal to me. And with breaking down that barriers, people seem to relate to you more because you're sharing with them and they're sharing with you at the same time. So you're not turning around. It's very, if you're meeting people for the first time, trust is everything, and building up trust can sometimes take time. So you're trying.
Basically, you mean like the personal approach
Yes.
in the whole business is the secret of your
Yes.
success.
Yeah, and I feel that that is what's given us drive and brought the volunteers in as well, because they like this personal approach that can help people.
Right. Okay. So as we mentioned quite a few times
Yes.
today, the business model of yours is a social enterprise.
Yes.
And so, do you find it challenging actually to compete actually with the traditional business model
Yes.
or courses which actually are offered online?
Yes, I think there's two kind of caveats to that one. A traditional business model for someone who's wanting to get into education. So we'll use the example, we'll say somebody who has started in the construction industry, let's say, they have various options open to them. So they have got further or higher education that they can go into via their employer, or there's sometimes private providers that can do it at profit and still provide the service. They're generally being channeled to these institutions via an employer. Right, so they're being channeled to these employers via an employer. People who are on maybe long-term job seeker will be funneled into either a training course or college, as I would put it, as a way for skills development to upskill.
That wouldn't be one of your courses.
No, there's nothing like this. I'm just giving you the type of advantages. So these are the two caveats. We sit in the middle, so we don't fall under either established education or private education. So we're there as a catch-me-all for everybody else who isn't funneled into an education or isn't promoted to the benefits of getting into any skills development or education. So we're in the middle trying to get them in. It is difficult because you're dealing with people who genuinely haven't thought about it or aren't motivated to get into upskilling or moving it forward with that. So you're trying to say to them, it might not be about now, it's further down the line. It's a long-term thing. And with financial skills, you're always developing them, but when you understand the fundamentals, it makes it a wee bit easier to progress. But like anything, with any sort of social enterprise, it is very challenging.
Okay, so you personally, how do you actually, what do you hope actually your business, what kind of impact your business will have on our society? Ideally.
Ideally, the impact on society is empowering people, right? I think is a big one. Education is, I would say, and probably anybody what's in established education will cringe at what I'm about to say, right? 80% of it is knowledge, the last 20% of it is confidence, right? That's just my personal opinion. With a lot of people that we're dealing with, they're dealing with people who haven't got the confidence. They think, oh, I can't do that, I don't know that, I don't know how to budget, I don't know how to manage, I don't know how to run a bank account, I don't know how to do anything. But when you explain to them you're doing it every day, you're giving the people the confidence. Once they're seeing how they're progressing and getting that wee bit of confidence, they're eager for more knowledge, they're eager to move themselves forward in that aspect.
So in other words, you just teach them how to live their lives.
Yes, that's the biggest impact. Is teach us. I'm going to use that one. I like that one. Is teach them how to use it, live their lives, and well, as I said at the beginning, we all live our lives differently, but it's giving people the fundamental tools that they can have a fruitful, engaging, and active life. There's also a big thing as well. There's a direct link between mental health and financial health. And in Scotland, apparently, they've created a thing called the Financial Health Service, right? Which is debt, money management and all that sort of stuff, because there is a direct correlation between managing money and mental health. And that's a big thing there. You're empowering people to help their overall health as well.
So from what I understand, there are no qualifications, recognizable qualifications they can use after they finish your course.
No, it's not like you're going to get higher or you're going to get a degree. It's nothing like that. But what we're hoping to do is stimulate them into more associated education after the part. So once we can get them their fundamentals, it's getting the quench for knowledge, getting into the confidence and getting the aspirations that I can do more and follow them. We will refer them on to courses. We will link them in with employability. We will, it's not the first time we've helped people get interviews at college, just moving things